going to guess there's 2 or 3 people in the room who know what it was like to get fit for shoes in 1950 or 51 or 52. Because here's what happened when I was 5, when I went in to get a pair of shoes. I put my feet in a box. It was made by the Adrian X-ray company. And it X-rayed my feet inside the shoes that they tried on. And that X-ray of my feet inside this box was shown on 3 screens. One that my mother could see, the second that I could see, and the third that the salesman could see. So we could see where the end of my toes were inside that shoe. And it was really cool. My feet were X-rayed 8 times when I grew up. And the Adrian X-ray company from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, didn't go out of business for another 20 years. And those machines were used all over the country until the early 80s, despite the fact that they were outlawed in most states in the 60s. Radiation leaked from those machines, right? So what we did unconsciously, right, is not unlike what we're doing unconsciously now every time we put a cell phone next to our head, right? Or move into a place which is full of electromagnetic frequency from Wi-Fi's flying everywhere and computer hard drives spinning and whatever else is going on that they aren't taking into consideration quite yet, right? You can hardly go anywhere where there isn't a Wi-Fi signal these days. And you know, we are so connected, we are so vibrationally changed that these are now invisible toxins. If you check Huffington Post tomorrow, you'll see a long article that I wrote on this subject that'll come out tomorrow, including this little story I just told you. You're first on your block to hear the story about the Adrian X-ray company. So these invisible things that went on and that are continuing to go on are now the new experiments of microwaving or irradiating or genetically modifying the things we're putting in our body. And there is so much money on the table. There is so much vested interest in protecting the status quo that wants to continue to irradiate our food and genetically modify our food, right? And keep our cell phones in our pockets and in our ears, that there's not going to be, you know, enough time for us to reach the conclusion to take it out of harm's way before instead we get problems. We knew a long time ago what cigarettes were doing, right? Just like they knew a long time ago what Adrian's X-ray machine were doing to kids' feet, right? And to the environment. We know what microwaves do. We know what electromagnetic frequency does. We know these things, but we're not turning back. So what happened? Lung cancer became epidemic, right? And secondhand smoke suddenly was an issue. Well, I grew up in secondhand smoke, right? I fortunately had strong constitution, and many of us had strong constitutions to endure what it is we went through, right? Fortunately, there were no noticeable damages from 10 immunizations that I got. But I wonder now, when kids get 30 or 40 immunizations before they're 6, what damage might be happening that we don't know about yet, right? Because we just don't know what we don't know.